Yep.
Squeeze around in here. Battle stations assumed.
Yeah, sure. We're doing some fancy.
Alright.
Ryan's in the chat.
Ryan's here. We are here. We're I'm about to. Let's see. Drafts. Tweet it out. There we go. I'm gonna have to move over to your left a little bit just so I'm in the camera frame. Here, I'm gonna adjust this camera
Me
slightly.
too. Just the lens. I was on this one.
Alright, quick camera adjustment. Alright. Let's see. We good?
Yeah.
Ryan, can you hear us? Can you hear us talking to you?
Oh, can they hear us?
We'll see if Ryan responds.
Yep.
Yep, they can hear us. Alright, we're good. Alright, do you want to turn the music down and we can get this show on the road? That is our, make sure our camera display is pulled up because I think it still will be attached to your desktop if we...
No, I have it on camera too. So
Okay. Let's see. We'll switch. There we go.
Ah, there we go.
If it worked, it should have switched to a nice wide view of our little laboratory that we're streaming in. This is the when I have my desk streams, this is the couch in the background, and now we're here. We're live. Ryan's in chat. Great to see you, Ryan. Thank you for tuning in. We have our you can't see it now, but we have a TV behind the camera, and basically behind that TV we have two panels of chat. So we have CJ's split of the stream and my split of the stream on one side, so we can read both chats at once, and we have several cameras staring us down.
So I'm not like my mouth isn't in
Okay.
this.
But we're live. We're here. We're chatting it up. It's a little party time. Whoop whoop. But yeah, we're making some last minute adjustments here. This is our first time trying out this setup, so hopefully it all works. I'm also watching this live stream in your walls. Thank you, Ryan.
God.
I knew there was something in here, but I didn't realize it was you. So, CJ, we're back. How has the 2024 season been for you? It's been off to
It's been
a fast start.
amazing start. Amazing.
We've had several very, very fun adventures. We were down in Illinois. Then we were down in Illinois again. And now tomorrow it looks like we'll be running around here for some
Finally.
snowfall. Because winter just doesn't want to end.
Wisconsin's third winter.
But that's just how it goes sometimes.
Yep,
That's just how the show goes. I'm going to pull up the chat down here because I can't read far.
Hey guys, what's
But-
going on where is the severe weather?
Where's the severe weather? Right now, there's severe weather down in Texas. Can we switch over to your radar?
There we go.
We have some severe thunderstorms going on down in the Houston area. So that's where the severe weather is right now. But we're not too worried about it.
Yeah.
Up in our neck of the woods. Spring is wild sometimes. That's just how it goes every once in a while. We've had a very active first couple days of spring. around here, but things are finally chilled out slightly. But yeah, we have some exciting things planned for this show this evening. We're gonna go back through some of our February adventures, and we're gonna kind of walk through the behind the scenes a little bit, and also just enjoy a good evening of chatting with all you guys. Ryan's in CJ's stream now. He's switched screens.
Oh my god.
It's funny. We see one person on one side, then they switch over to the other side. I can't read it. The camera's in my way. What do you say?
Supporting both streams.
Supporting both streams? Yes. Thank you, Ryan. Yeah, for all of you who are just tuning in, we have our stream. The stream is split between... I have the stream going on my channel and on CJ's channel. So we have both chats pulled up on a big TV behind us. So we're going to be reading back and forth between each chat. Just making sure we're keeping up with everything. But yeah. You have your tweet set out.
Yes, I do.
We're making some last minute tweets.
Just stealing his Clem Lazy.
There we go. All right, but yeah, we have. Should we move into our main show for this this chase? Let me see if I can switch it to the
No, I have it's on here.
Okay. Oh, there we go. But yeah, let's see. We're gonna be walking through some of the fun adventures that we've encountered these past couple days. First off, in February we were down in Illinois, and oh, did the camera turn off?
Which one do I click to go into?
Here, let me get it. We're having minor technical issues. Hold on. There we go. There we are.
There we go.
All right, we're back.
Okay.
Minor technical problem, but we're back up and running. We might have a few of those throughout this evening because we have a very big setup down here, but we'll get through it.
No.
But yeah, so we have some very very fun adventures. First one being in February of 2020, of February 27th of about last month ish, down in Illinois. CJ, do you want to give a brief overview of what we encountered that day?
Let's see. We had really nice. We had a fun point.
We had our fun pointing
Our fun
photo
pointing
with
photo.
our big army of chasers.
That was a pretty time lapse.
Yeah.
With nice purple clouds, windmills.
It was fun. We were standing in a windmill farm with
Yeah.
a big lightning barrage starting around us, which is always the safest place to be when there's
Yeah.
lightning. Standing in
Exactly.
the middle of the field with tall metallic objects around you. But yeah. We also had, what else? We had our hail, our accidental core punch, and then our intentional core punch. But
and then
some fun times.
we turned the corner and we saw a tornado.
We did see a tornado
That was
off in the
fun.
distance, an EF0 tornado that was on the ground for like 1 minute, perusing the Illinois fields before it decided it was time for it to go. But this was what we were looking at the morning of 2/27/2024. We had our big slight risk extending from Illinois all the way out to Ohio and Michigan and a little bit down into Missouri, with a big 5% tornado chance down in there. So on Tuesdays I get out of class usually around like 1 to 2 p.m. and storms were expected to fire later around like 7 p.m. So we're like, okay. CJ was gracious enough to come down to pick me up, and we made our way down there to check out the chase a little bit. I'm gonna switch the slides here. So this day we had there were two target areas that chasers were looking at this day. There was one target area that everyone really, really liked, the coveted dryline bulge off in the Illinois-Indiana border. And then there was the target we had up in the Triple Point in northern Illinois. So this was the big kicker as to why I was very, very adamant we went to the northern target. We were looking at both for a while, but the morning of, it looked like the southern target was going to struggle a little bit with a capping inversion. So there was going to be a layer of warm air that would suppress storm development. And it was a good environment, but if you don't have a storm, good environment isn't really going to do a whole lot for you. But this was our magical cheat code. You can see we had this big blob of 0 to 3 kilometer instability, which was kind of this is my favorite parameter of discriminating between tornadic and non-tornadic targets, just because 0 to 3 kilometer convective available potential energy, also known as CAPE, you need that for fuel down in the lower 3 kilometers of the atmosphere to help power robust convection. And tornadoes happen in that lowest 3 kilometers. So I was looking at that and I was thinking that northern target is really has my attention. And CJ was a fan of that target because he wouldn't have to drive as far down into Illinois.
I don't think could have gotten that far anyway.
Yeah, but so northern target was kind of calling our name. And sure enough, the SPC picked up on it a little bit. We had an extension to an enhanced risk out there later in the day, along with a 10% significant that was a little bit further south of our target area. We were sitting switch slides. There we go. We were sitting right about here, so we were like right on the edge of the 10%, but it was close enough where I was like, we're on the right track. They definitely are. We're all kind of in agreement that we're gonna see something happen in this northern target area. And our cheat code was also verifying. We had 125 3 CAPE with a big blob of surface vorticity pooled right along our surface low, interacting with our triple point right in here. So we're down in Illinois and we're thinking, all right, we're in the spot. We met up with our good buddy Noah down there, and it wasn't long before we had our tornado watch get issued. And that was kind of our after that happened, I think excitement was much higher.
Yeah.
Because we were like, okay, everyone's in this southern target area. We're like the only chasers up here, and we're in the tornado watch. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, this is a good sign that we're on the right track. CJ, what were you thinking at this point?
Oh, I think I just don't really think about much, so I don't get my hopes up too much for when it doesn't happen. So
yeah,
I'm always happy at the end.
As long as you're out there, as long as you see a storm, that's my that's always good for me. It's good for anyone when you see a storm. Kayla Reed, hey y'all, how's it going? Thanks for tuning into the stream. Great to see you out here. We're chatting about our adventure on 227. Logan's here. Great to see you, Logan. Thanks for tuning in. We're having our a little discussion here on our storm chase that we had in February down in northern Illinois with the mass of other storm chasers down there. Everyone's tuning in now. Hello, Charlie. How's it going? Thank you for tuning in.
Hello.
Yeah, we have the chat is slowly growing bigger. We're slowly seeing more and more people start to trickle in.
You want to tell them about the goal for the turtle?
Oh yeah, we have a goal set. If both of our streams, since I'm streaming this to my channel and CJ is streaming this also to his channel, if both of our streams hit 50 likes by 9 p.m. We're ending the stream at 9 p.m. If they both hit 50 likes, we're going to bring out the turtle. My turtle is in his tank over there, and if we hit 50 likes, we'll bring him out for the last few minutes of the stream, and we'll have a fun time hanging out with our turtle. So if you want to see the turtle come out, share the stream around and get some people to like it up, because we'll have some fun stuff planned. But yeah, anyways, going back to the storms, we had our tornado watch issued not long after we arrived down there. We got down there probably around what, like 4 o'clock-ish?
No, I think 3.
Like 3:30?
Yeah, because it took 2 hours to get
Yeah, something like that. Like 3:30, 3:34-ish, somewhere in that time frame. And not long after, Noah's here. WWW. Thank you for tuning in, Noah. There he is right there. That's the man. Yeah, that's who one of the squad we were chasing with. How do you like a stream? If you scroll down a little bit, there's a thumbs up button. If you hit the thumbs up button, that's how you like the stream. So if you hit the thumbs up button, I don't know if YouTube does the thing now with live streams where, like, if you say like this video, it lights up the like button. I know they do that with some of the the other ones.
You can't see it. Right there.
Right there. That's the like button. But anyways, back to the storms. So we had our tornado watch issued, and we're thinking, all right, the stage is set. Everything is here. We just need a storm. And 4 p.m., radar was empty. We had a couple little bubbles of agitated cumulus kind of down along western Illinois. But we were watching these from a distance, and we could tell, like, okay, these are going to become something here pretty soon. And sure enough, they did. 4:30, developing supercell just to our west. We're like, all right, chase is on. We have our storm. All we have to do is drive about an hour to get down there. And on our drive down there is when we had a fun little encounter with some hail. CJ, if you want to go into some of the the experience that we had before we showed them the video.
Well, I would have probably kept on going, but Charlie told me that I should probably stop. Mm-hmm. Which...
Didn't want to blow out any of our windows as we're not even on the storm yet. So basically what had happened is we had our main supercell developing out here, and these little cells were merging into it, and we're thinking, okay, we were just north of them. We're thinking, okay, maybe, hopefully we were expecting some hail, but we're like, okay, hopefully it should be a little bit on the smaller side, just because these cells aren't super developed. And unfortunately for us, we ended up accidentally getting caught in a core of probably $50 sized hail, $quarter to $50 sized hail. Yeah. So there were some out there that were pretty good size. These were some of the stones that we recovered, and yeah, so our little convoy was kind of stopped for a few minutes. CJ wanted to push forward, but I was like, the reflectivity signature about a half mile up the road from us is much, much worse. So I'd rather we'd have us sit in $50 sized hail than experiencing golf balls and losing our windows. But here was some of the footage we have from that chase as we were punching that hail core. Hopefully it's not super loud. Look at that guy! Core punching today. Yeah, this is probably dime-sized hail. Pretty good. We still have our windshields, which is good. For now, we're just gonna have to wait this one out. This is just a common occurrence.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had some a pretty good why is it not showing up? Our camera's cut out. Uh-oh. Here, what if I just zoom this one out? We can just use this guy.
Probably.
There we go.
Yeah, I'll probably have to do that.
Okay. We've lost a camera.
But sacrifice.
Let's see, it's not...
I was supposed to switch them.
Okay.
I didn't buy it.
Minor technical problems. We've lost a camera. But hopefully we should have there we go. The video's back. We just switched it over to a different video source.
Yep.
There we go. There we go. We're back. But yeah, we encountered some as soon as we emerged from that core, we were greeted to a very nice view of our slowly organizing supercell. It was getting its act together a little bit, but it still had some time to cook. Could see our RFD kind of bowed out a little bit in here. It wasn't quite wrapped all the way around yet. Had a little bit of a lowering at this point where our inflow was streaming into the storm. But yeah, overall it wasn't looking super tornado-y yet, but it definitely was looking impressive for the monster of a storm that we were dealing with. Yeah, this was the radar scan at the time, and we had a big mess of supercell. Storm wasn't quite organized yet, so we had several little rotating bases that we were looking at. We had one rotating base kind of off to our east a little bit near the town of Sublette that would end up producing a tornado. We had another kind of area of rotation-ish in this area here, and then this was we were on the tail end of the cell as it was organizing, kind of back here with where the inflow was a bit more unimpeded, and as that hook would come around, that would kind of end up being the main base that would kind of put on the show for the rest of the day. And after we made our boogie a little bit farther to the east, we encountered our one and only tornado of the day. Off in the distance, an EF0 kind of spinning away off in a farmer's field near the town of Sublette. It did hit one structure. It was a tin barn. I think it did some minor roof damage there, but it wasn't anything crazy. It was only on the ground for like a minute-ish. So I was very excited when we saw this tornado. No, CJ was also very excited when he saw this tornado. We were both yelling at each other like, "Is that a tornado? Is that one? Is that one?" Because it was a little far away and we had this ridge kind of blocking our view. But when the weather service confirmed it, we were like, "We did it! We're on the board for 2024." So it's always fun to be on the board in February, which is very nice. CJ, what were you thinking as you were seeing this our big blob in the lightning flashes?
I was wondering if it was going to turn into like a extremely large wedge, because it sure felt like it.
Yeah, I mean, this
could have.
The base of the storm was huge. I mean, I have some photos coming up here where the entire storm was just a massive rotating wall cloud at one point. And I think in one of our videos we're like zoomed in, we're like, this is going to become something big here in the next little bit. I swear I didn't realize there was a tornado there. I'm going crazy in that moment. Logan thought it was going to wedge out on radar. Logan, we were looking at it on the ground and we thought it was going to wedge out. The wall cloud we had just to our north was huge. I mean, it doesn't show it in this photo very well, but as we came to the east a little bit more, we just had this massive rotating wall cloud with a really defined RFB cut.
Right here.
Yeah. I think if there's one video, I think somewhere out in here there was another video frame I had where you could see one of the funnel clouds kind of spinning off on this surging outflow. But yeah, this was the radar at the time. Our circulation was way up here, our EF0. I can't remember which circulation it was exactly. It was either this one or this one, but one of these circulations ended up producing our brief EF0 tornado that we captured from the distance. And of course, there's all the hail reports scattered about. Now that the cell was a bit more organized, it was putting down some much larger hailstones. And yeah, this was the our storm as it got more organized. Probably about 20-ish minutes later, as we came up directly south of it, it was organized into a really classic supercell at this point with a big bull meso, and the lightning coming out of the storm was just insane. I was surprised for February just how much lightning we were getting out of this thing. And there were some points, like we were zooming in, we could see these like really big cone funnels. You're like, is that going to come down? And never quite came down. I know, CJ, you have a few shots of like the cones out the window. And we're both talking back and forth to each other like, that thing is going to become something big. But never quite did it. The storm did produce a few tornadoes, but they weren't the long trackers.
Good and bad.
Yeah, the view we had was cool. This was the view out my window as we were looking behind us kind of to the southwest with the big striated storm base up overhead. And I mean, that view for me is like, okay, if on a February day and I'm seeing a monster like this, I'm more than happy. Tornado or not, a structure day in February is always fun. And then this was my favorite photo of the day. Logan says, Northern Illinois golden hour chasing, always the best. I agree. I mean, Northern
Illinois, yeah,
Northern Illinois, the chase terrain out there is really good. We were having cell service problems, which was, I think, our only big hiccup of the day. Yeah. More so I was having cell service problems. But, I mean, the storms we had were gorgeous. I mean, despite the fact that they were a little bit rain-wrapped, but really, really cool. But yeah, this was my favorite moment of the day. We found some driveway leading up to some farm somewhere. We had one mesocyclone way out here. This is the older mesocyclone with the new mesocyclone kind of looming over our heads here. I mean, seeing something like that is something you don't see very often. Fixing a audio problem?
Yeah.
All right.
She said this is quiet, and then that was loud.
Okay. All right. Brief audio issue. We'll be right back. Alex says double mesos. Thank you for tuning in, Alex. The double mesos were one of the highlights of this chase. I believe it was this meso that produced one of the tornado that we saw earlier on. But yeah. If you guys can let us know how the stream is, how our conversations are sounding into the microphone, that'd be awesome, because we're doing some minor little audio tweaks right now. So if you can hear us, put a thumbs up in chat or something. Put a 1 in chat if you can hear us very well.
It's louder than before.
Cool. Louder than before? All right. So I think we're on a good time. Great sound quality. All right. I think we're good. All right.
11. 1.
All right.
Are we putting 1 in chat for good audio?
1 in chat for good audio. But yeah, this was, I don't know, CJ, you were running around looking at this stuff. Where were you? I'm trying to wonder what was going through your mind as you're seeing all this in the lightning flashes. I was like, holy cow.
I was waiting for it to get across to the house and the trees right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, okay.
Yeah, because like our view of the storm's base was blocked a little bit at this point, but once it came into view a little bit, we had a better shot. Unfortunately, it didn't tornado for us right there, but
yeah,
it was coming very, very close. The storm came very close several times, and I think it produced like 10 tornadoes throughout its entire life, because I remember looking at the spotter reports the next day, and it was just a string of tornadoes across Illinois. And this was when we came into from here we kind of got behind the storm a little bit, and what happened was we were coming into Chicago as the storm had kind of squalled out. This is also around the time that a lot of the other storm chasers had kind of migrated their way up from the secondary target, and were picking up some of the rain-wrapped tornadoes coming into the Chicago metro. I know Alex and Freddie, they were they were on it that day. They hustled their way up here and got a great tornado that I'm a little bit jealous of, but we had our shot for the day, which was always good. If we play the video here, you can see some of the hail we encountered as we were punching back through that line of storms. Yeah, these are huge. I think we should find a gas station for a few minutes. Yeah, we had like, I'm trying to think, those were like golf ball to ping pong ball size hailstones.
Yeah, you told me to stop too.
Yeah, they were like, you could hear them hitting the roof. I was like, my concern was because they were getting wind-driven a little bit.
Once
I didn't want them to come through
a
your
little
side
further, I was
window.
like, okay. I did start feeling some of my side. I was like, okay.
Yeah, that was my concern. I didn't want one coming through your window. But
and then it started pouring right before we got into the.
Right as we got to the gas station, it was just all coming down. We had some pretty good hail that we watched from this gas station. And also, fun fact, this footage I think was on the Weather Channel the following morning, which was pretty cool. Who named the town Sandwich, Illinois? Someone with a very, very creative mind. I quite like that name.
Who called Ohio, Illinois?
Yeah, one of the towns we were in was Ohio, Illinois. So that whole stretch of where we were chasing had some funky town names, but it made for some good humor as we were going down the road. I remember Jordan was like, "We're in Ohio right now." But yeah, that was a very fun day. This was the string of tornadoes that our storm produced, kind of up over here. We had several EF0 and EF1s, and the storm complex continued out to Michigan with an EF2, and we also had the very, very photogenic Gary, Indiana EF1 that occurred that I know a couple chasers got a pretty good view of. But yeah, overall, very fun chase. CJ, I know this was one of your longer trips, right?
Yeah, let's see. It was probably 12 hours. 8 hours, I think, of streaming.
Yeah, we were on the road for a very, very long time, but
I was very sore after the fact.
Yeah, it all made it worth it in the end. Getting on the board for 2024 with some nice tornadoes. Great day in Northern Illinois. Oh yeah,
it's always a great day when you're in Northern
Alex
Illinois.
had a really great day in Northern Illinois. I think he was on one of these EF1s up here.
Yeah.
And if you go to I can't remember if it's on Alex or Freddie's channel. I think it's on both. But if you go to one of their channels, they have a really great view of one of the tornadoes that happened that day. So overall, very fun day. It was my first tornado chase of 2020. No, that's a lie. My second storm chase of 2024, and yeah, great. I was more than happy with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of my favorite chase days that I think I've ever had. Hickney, Illinois, just west of Aurora. Yep, that was the tornado that Alex got down there. That we were trying to get back north. The only problem was we were stuck in that wall of like ping pong ball sized hail, and we would have pushed forward, but we didn't.
Maybe if we're on a highway, we could have maybe beaten it,
but it was a little bit iffy. And also trying to track a tornado. I've chased tornadoes through Chicago last year, and it is not fun. But what was the first day of 2024? CJ has a better experience of that day than I do, if you want to tell that story.
I recorded the first February tornado in Wisconsin on video first.
Yeah, so the trying to remember, that was February like 8th
or 6th.
Down near Evansville, they had an EF1 and EF2 go through there. That was Wisconsin's first February tornadoes. But yeah, that was CJ's first chase of the year. He got a great shot of that tornado. If you go to CJ's channel, I believe you have a video about it. So if you go to CJ's channel and go to his videos, he has a a video of that storm. I was a little bit late to the party. I didn't pick up the storm until it was done producing tornadoes, but I mean, still an incredible structure show as that storm was making its way off to the east, and a lot of lightning.
Yeah.
And a lot of hail.
Yeah, that was a big problem for me with that.
Yeah, hail has been a common theme so far in 2024. We've had some hail issues, but so far we haven't lost any windows, which is always a good sign.
I don't think our latest one. No, I guess our latest one we only had hail when we wanted it, at least.
Yeah, but we ended up going through Chicago, not realizing every exit has a toll. That's how Chicago gets you, Alex. That was the tornado I chased through Chicago was the Elgin twin tornadoes back in July 12th of 2023, and it was a great storm, very pretty tornadoes. The only problem was it was going through the Chicago suburbs during rush hour, so I was having to deal with the craziness of Chicago rush hour while there's 2 tornadoes crossing the road in front of me. So that was a whole mess, but it was a great learning experience and kind of put us in good shape for this chase, where we were able to play it safely and also see some cool stuff. And now we have the next day.
Dun, dun, dun.
The following week, Monday of March 4th, so not too long ago, we had another severe weather setup. This one looked to be a little bit on the lower end. We had a big marginal risk with a big, broad 2% tornado probability. And the good thing for me on Mondays is I only had 2 classes, so I was ready to go pretty much by like 1 o'clock. And CJ gets out of class early, so we were like, okay, we have nothing to do, might as well go for it. Yeah, I mean,
marginals always do it.
And I mean, there weren't a whole lot. I mean, there were chasers on it, but it wasn't a big crowd.
Yeah.
So we kind of had
a lot of them were down in Texas and Louisiana.
Yeah, there was a good group of chasers down in the southern target. In our storm, there were a couple other chasers around, but for the most part, I mean, they were few and far between. It was mostly just local chasers out running around. But on paper, our setup looked pretty good, looked pretty solid. We had a decent amount of cape for March. We had our low sitting just over western Wisconsin with a warm front extending over into Michigan a little bit with a cold front kind of sitting in eastern Illinois, kind of providing a little bit of a stream for our instability to come in. So cape values of 1,500, they're pretty good. You can get tornadoes out of that, but the big thing I was looking at for this setup was the wind shear. We had a lot of wind shear, which basically meant as soon as the storm went up, it was spinning. So that was a good sign for us. I mean, you can see this was the bulk shear. I think we had values of 55, which is really good. And this is our 0 to 3 kilometer cape and our surface vorticity. And there was a lot of surface vorticity. So more than enough fuel to get this complex of storms spinning. And sure enough, on our as we were coming through Illinois, there was already the one tornado report of the day, which was the I think it was an EFU, because it was just
one actually.
Yeah, okay. It was one confirmed tornado that day. It was an EFU. It kind of meandered over an open field a little bit. There were several other very, very convincing decoys that we're going to get into here in a little bit that duped me and CJ and duped a lot of other chasers. But good learning experience for everyone. This was the storm when we picked it up near Durand, Illinois. And we did not have a lot of time there, CJ, if you want to go into kind of how quickly this storm was coming at us.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
I had half time I couldn't even get your attention, which was...
Yeah, I was too fixated
Charlie!
on getting my time lapse set up a little bit.
Well, yeah, we turned the corner, I was like, whoa, okay, this is a massive wall cloud.
Yeah, it was like right on us. And it was moving quick too. It was moving like 40 miles an hour, so I probably should have been a little bit more attentive, but that's a lesson for later dates.
Yeah, you saved our butts getting through Beloit. So.
Yeah, we were... I think you saved our butts getting through Beloit because I wasn't paying attention. You kind of were like, hey, let's get out of here. We got to cross through a city as this storm's coming through. So, yeah, this was the storm as we were kind of out ahead of it a little bit more. I think this was at the same time that another chaser was reporting a tornado somewhere down here. However, we're going to get into a little bit. There was actually, the Weather Service confirmed it was a gustnado, so it was not a tornado. It was, I believe it was coming off of a RFD surge coming around the storm at this time, but we'll dive into one of those catches a little bit later. And yeah, this was our storm at that time as we were getting ready to come through Beloit, which is where we lost a lot of ground because there was a lot of traffic. I mean, Beloit rush hour.
Everyone was going west, thankfully.
Yeah.
We didn't have too bad, but...
Yeah, there was like a shot of us as we're coming through town. There's this huge line of cars going west right into the hook of the storm. You're like, oh boy, this could spell a little bit of trouble for these people heading into town. But yeah, this was as we were coming into Beloit with as the tornado warnings were issued. Yeah.
The sirens were...
It took a second for the sirens to get going. It took like 5 minutes, but they got there. You shouldn't be relying on sirens for your main warning method anyways. You should have a weather radio. No weather radio. They should sponsor us.
They're cheap. They're cheap.
They don't sponsor us, but you should get one. Yeah, you can see this was kind of on the outskirts of town, so the traffic wasn't as bad, but there were still a lot of people out and about.
Yeah, there was kids playing at the park right before the sirens turned on.
Yeah, it was I was worried we were gonna have some problems on our hand because the storm. It was far away from radar, so it wasn't like we weren't getting as good a data as we could get, but it looked impressive enough where I was a little bit like, oh, this could get a little iffy. And yeah, we ended up stopping just outside of Beloit to this, a great big menacing view. The hot stream of manure getting trained into the inflow of the storm.
Of the video.
Yeah. But basically, we're sitting in front of the storm as it was slowly starting to reorganize. We had a wall cloud starting to come out of the rain a little bit, and the inflow was really starting to surge. And we had a very peculiar smell in the air as we're sitting in front of these freshly fertilized fields in southern Wisconsin with a... Yeah, it was an interesting... It's always nice when you're smelling the manure heading into a storm. You know it's on the right track to hopefully producing what we came to see. And from our view, Logan said it was a shit storm. Yep, that's exactly what this was. We had a nice stream of that flying in, but the manure is always a good sign when you can gauge the direction of the inflow a little bit from that. For us, it was at our back, thankfully. But yeah, if you're facing into that, you're gonna have some problems. Freddie's here. W manure.
Woo,
I don't know if that's a W, but it helped us figure out that this storm was indeed inflow dominant and was indeed organizing. So, I mean, if it helps, it helps. But yeah, this storm was really starting to get its act together at this point. We had a new circulation starting to develop kind of a little bit to our north, and I was hanging out the window here and I got this shot, and we can use this as a little bit of a fun method for some a little bit of structure identification for people looking at this this storm that maybe might be like, this doesn't look too tornado-y, what's going on here? But basically what was happening is we had our main area of circulation just off to our north, off over here. This blue kind of clearing up here, this was our RFD wrapping around the back side of our storm, kind of helping to get that storm spinning a little bit. And then up over here is where we had our inflow, our manure-filled inflow, streaming into the storm and the manure flow, feeding into this thing and giving it all the nice fertilizer that it need to mature nicely, which... You know a storm is going to do good when its source of inflow is Wisconsin manure. And this was the moment that a lot of chasers got really, really duped, including us. So, yeah, this all duped us a little bit. So looking at this, you might be thinking, okay, this storm, it looks aggressive. We have our big wall cloud. I might have these marked here. We have our big wall cloud sitting up here. And down here, we have a little dirt spin up starting to form underneath that wall cloud. Or so we thought. We see this dirt spin up underneath this wall cloud. We're thinking, okay, we have the beginning stages of a weak tornado. But But this was not a tornado. As convincing as this looked, it was actually a gust-nado. A very, very convincing decoy that we both got duped on a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, in our videos, like, oh my gosh, there's a tornado there.
Thankfully, you didn't put my reaction in here.
But not quite there. Basically, CJ did some digging with some other Storm Chaser perspectives and some video. And we kind of think what happened was we had our main circulation farther to the north off in the field over here. We had an RFD surge wrapping around the rear of the storm at the time, which was kind of evident because we had, I remember the radar scan, a few minutes later we had that hook starting to come around. So that would be our RFD kind of wrapping around the rear of the storm. And we kind of think what happened was on the front part of that RFD surge, the RFD kind of splits. And when it does that, you get one side that kind of curls into the main circulation, and another side that kind of curls to an anticyclonic spin up. And we think that kind of on that split there was where we had our little gust-nado spin up. And CJ was able to use a replay from Connor Croft's stream to kind of track where the tornado went, because he was on the opposite side of the storm at us at the time. And so we kind of got it as that gust-nado first spun up over here and then dissipated off over here.
Yep.
And that was kind of detached from the parent storm motion and more matched up with a surging RFD. So as convincing as that decoy looked, not a tornado, unfortunately. So I'm not counting it, unfortunately, but I don't know. We still have plenty of time. We're still early in the year, so we have plenty of time to get some more naders.
Yep.
And yeah, this was our storm. After that, we went up. We took the highway up northeast, tracking with the storm a little bit, and it very much organized into a big blob, a big line. We sat at a gas station for a little bit, had some fun playing in the hail. But yeah, and then from there we took up our spot at the airport.
Oh yes.
Which is where my favorite part of the day was the shot we got at the airport.
I forgot about that.
If you want to tell that story.
Do you have my photo in here?
I don't know if I have your photo in here, but
I'll have to find it then.
But yeah, basically, you want to pull it up?
I'll pull it up.
Yeah, I know I have my wide shot, but CJ got a really, really good shot of what we were looking at the time. Sunday to Monday looking interesting. We can definitely take a look at the models after this and kind of dive into the forecast a little bit for the Sunday and Monday event.
Please do, because I'm getting so many mixed reactions with Sunday.
I haven't had a good chance to look into it, so after this we can definitely take a dive into Sunday and Monday's storm potential. Yeah, this was the shot CJ got. We were sitting at the airport. CJ, if you want to explain what we were doing down there.
There you go. So we saw, I think, our goal was to maybe get a plane taking off.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe get some lightning near it.
Mm-hmm. But,
let's see. I think right here, it might have hit near the plane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think this was the highlight of the day.
Yeah. Right
here. Because getting a shot like that, it's not easy to do. CJ had the nice zoomed in shot, and I went for a wide view, which, I mean, we were both watching that. We're like, holy cow!
Yeah.
But a scene like that is something that you don't get to see very often, and was definitely my highlight of the day.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, a shot that I want to try to get that again.
I need to get that on my camera.
Yeah.
Because I have a gallery I need to do for school.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any photos.
But I think next time there's a big lightning storm, I might end my chase by sitting outside the airport for a little bit and watching to see if the planes are taken off, if anything might happen with the lightning. I'm surprised that plane got cleared for takeoff.
Yeah,
usually
it might have been because of that vehicle.
Yeah. Usually with the big storms, they kind of hold off a little bit just to ensure everything's clear. But yeah, Alex, that's wild. Yeah, we were looking at that. We were like, holy cow. When I first thought, I thought the plane got hit by lightning. But I was looking back through the footage, like, it came close, but thankfully it didn't hit the plane.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure the pilots might have had to change their pants after that. And also dealing with the turbulence of a storm of this magnitude might have also been a bit of a struggle. I have anything else? But yeah, if you want to see the live streams, the replays, they're on CJ's channel.
Get to this one, these two.
Yeah. If you want to walk back through the chases as we were seeing and are getting our live reactions.
Yeah.
They're on CJ's channel. Ah. And then I have my videos, my own little vlogs that I uploaded on my channel. So if you're watching on CJ's stream, go down to his channel once you're done with our live stream today, and go take a look at those. And if you're watching on my side of the stream, when the stream's done, head on down and check those out, and then head over to do a swip swap back and forth. Head on over to each of our channels and check them out. But yeah, very, very fun days. Some of my favorite chase days of all time were the end of February and beginning of March of this year.
This one's tied for my favorite.
Yeah, very, very fun. Do I have anything else in here? I think that's the end of our of this talking point here for us. But yeah, very, very fun. Very, very exciting, and hopefully we get more opportunities for that.
Get an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, we're ending for all you who are just tuning in, we're gonna be live till 9 o'clock.
What do we got for live?
And if both streams, I'm streaming on my channel and CJ's streaming this on his channel, if both streams hit 50 likes, we'll bring out the my turtle.
Or
is over there.
Do you want to do the or also?
The what?
The or also.
What's that?
Reed.
Oh, yeah. We were joking, if Reed joins the stream, we'll bring out the turtle. Or, if both of our streams hit 50 likes, we'll bring out the turtle. So if you want to see the turtle, like the stream, and maybe we can make that happen. End the stream with a little turtle action. Yeah, very, very fun. The past, those chases were. And I'm sure we're going to get some more opportunities for some fun stuff later on.
20% of the way there.
Yeah, I think I'm at 14 likes on my stream right now.
I'm at 11 now.
We're getting close. We're getting close to the turtle goal. But
20 likes are there. 11 on mine and 14 on Charlie's.
Yeah. But let's see. Logan says, I think usually if planes get hits, the plane and people are fine. Yeah. That's what I've kind of heard too. I don't know. I remember watching I think it was on the Weather Channel a long time ago. They had some episode of some show where they had a plane that they filmed getting hit by lightning. And they brought up some stat like a plane can withstand like how many lightning strikes, because outside is metal, so it's going to be like a Faraday cage conducting the lightning around the exterior of the plane and not bring it into the cab where all the people are. But yeah, very, very fun days.
I'm not showing that on
our reaction to
my reaction
to the spin up. We both had a funny reaction. That Gustinado duped us both, and we had a very funny reaction to it. But yeah, fun couple days. And I think people, what do you guys? That was our main talking point for today. And I know we had some mentions about the Sunday and Monday severe weather potential. So should we take a look at that?
Sure.
Bring up the models a little bit. We can do a little deep dive into the computer models for this next system that's coming through. All right. Yeah, we're gonna look through these models then. Logan says, "Look at the models." We're gonna take a look. We're gonna see what's cooking up for Sunday and Monday. I don't know if it's in range on the NAM, but we're gonna find out. Also, really quickly, I do want to briefly mention that we'll have some snow coming through our neck of the woods down here in Wisconsin tomorrow morning. And CJ and I will both be live streaming this.
His first live stream?
This is my first Storm Chaser live stream tomorrow morning. So we'll have some snow coming through our area. I'm going to be testing my mobile live streaming setup with this event. And CJ is going to be running around doing his stuff.
Right, my stuff. Got a whole bunch of new gear. Mm-hmm. With more coming.
Yeah, this is going to be a big gear test for both of us. But it's going to be a fun little adventure. But with that side tangent over, now we can take a look at Sunday and Monday. Let's see if it's in range on the NAM. Let's see. Sunday is a little bit. Let's see. Where's our Sunday threat going to be? There's our surface low down there. Looks like down in Kansas. A little Kansas action for y'all.
That really changed.
Along the triple point. If that's a triple point, I don't know. I'm just kind of doing this off of a very basic observation. So we have surface low sitting right down here. Here's our instability. It looks like, at least from this is still a couple days out, so take it with a grain of salt, but it looks like this kind of, let's see if the Storm Prediction Center
Do
they have a 15
5
out?
and 6.
Let's see.
The day 5 is
Let's see if the Storm Prediction Center has that highlighted. Yes, they do. They have, Storm Prediction Center has a 15% kind of Kansas, Oklahoma, down to Texas, and then on Monday they have another 15% for the Mississippi River Delta, a little bit, kind of Mississippi, Arkansas, Louisiana. So yeah, basically we're gonna have one day of storms, kind of down in Kansas, Oklahoma, the Great Plains, and then Monday we'll have some other potential. And I know Alex is mentioning the Illinois Iowa target, which I want to briefly take a look at once we take a look at what the southern target for this looks like, if it'll go that far out. If you go to the GFS, I mean, take this all with a grain of salt, because this is all just very bare bones. We're just looking at kind of the basic ingredients, and we are still a few days out, but I can kind of see the instability, the heightened instability values down south that they're kind of watching for our the southern severe weather potential. And then the part that people are kind of starting to take note of is a little sneaky severe weather potential, kind of in our neck of the woods-ish, down in northern Illinois and the Iowa area, kind of down here, maybe actually getting into Wisconsin. So
I'll be on it. If anything happens, I will be on it.
Yeah, CJ will be on this one. If anything happens up here, CJ will be on it. Unfortunately, I have a
What if there's a high risk? Will you just...
If there's a high risk, I'll go. But
okay.
This setup is a little bit low end for me, and also I have... Well, I just realized I sound very snobby saying that. This is too low end for me. But I have a math exam on Friday, and I don't really want to sacrifice my days off early on. So I'm gonna, unfortunately, as of right now, from what I'm seeing, I'm gonna have to sit out this event, unfortunately. But we're still early in the season, so that's still plenty of opportunity for some fun stuff.
My spring break, luckily. Me too.
My spring break. It's my spring break right now. I don't know why my spring break is right now, but they decided that this week was my spring break instead of next week for whatever reason. But
well,
that's just how it goes. But it happens. But yeah, little.
We want solar eclipse later too.
We have it. Oh yeah, solar eclipse. I already booked. I have my
big plans for both of us.
Oh yeah, solar eclipse is gonna be fun. But yeah, this is our maybe a severe weather potential kind of up north on Monday, and another target down south. But definitely a thunderstorm risk up here that could definitely materialize. Figured all UW systems would be the same. That's what I thought too. I'm a little bit jealous because my family's going down to Florida next weekend.
Oh.
And I'm going to be stuck at school because my school decided we're going to have your spring break the week before everyone else. So, I don't know. I'm kind of okay with it because I kind of wanted just a week to just
fair enough,
chill out and hang out.
That's
so
how mine is.
I don't really mind having it a little bit early. And, although I would like to go to Florida. That would be nice. But, yeah. Yeah, that's kind of our brief overview of the severe weather potential over the next couple days. So, if I was storm chasing, I wouldn't go to Kansas, but I would check out this setup if I could chase.
Tell me the exact GPS coordinates of where a tornado is going to happen.
The exact GPS coordinates of where a tornado will happen? What can I use? Am I just basing it off the GFS? Because that's kind of all I have.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, if I was just basing this off the GFS, I'd say right here.
Works for me. I can do that. I can do that in a day.
Do not take that as an official forecast. That is just me plotting a point.
Heard it live. Post on Twitter right now.
Plotting a point on a map and saying, "Go there" with no basis.
I was feeling kind of ballsy yesterday. I was like, I could go up on Sunday, go chase the snow here, and then boil it down to here on Monday. But back-to-back snow and then severe.
I mean, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
I'd do it.
Some cousins up here I could sleep over.
Yeah. Logan has an exam on the eclipse day.
Oh,
I'd simply skip.
Honestly, yeah. Unless it was like a pass-fail for the whole class, I would skip.
Yeah, that's what I would do, but I don't know. I feel like that's not the greatest advice.
I almost want to wait in 22 years.
Yeah.
Another one, but
yeah, I'm not waiting 22 years. I'm going for this one. Alex says that's brutal. I agree. That's unfair. I'd be filing a complaint with the department. You should let me go out for the solar eclipse. Because when else am I going to get to see one?
I'm still going to leave.
I'm still going to go for it. I think it's funny all the conspiracies floating around. Have you seen those at all for the solar eclipse? It's like every day I open Twitter. There's a tweet about the solar eclipse.
I don't go to the dark side of Twitter.
I'm on a crusade to like all like the conspiracy theorist accounts. I go through and I mute them so I don't see them anymore. But every single time a new one pops up and it's like the solar eclipse is like the return of whatever something that's going to end the world. The government knew about this because they plotted it out this far in advance.
Okay, it works for me. We're going to see a cool sunset, so it works for me.
But I don't know. It's very funny to sit back and watch the conspiracy theorists losing their mind about something that happened in 2017 and didn't really do much except for give everyone a pretty show because it's not a conspiracy.
And a lot of off days too.
Yeah, it's not that deep. It's just the moon going from the sun. Happens every once in a while.
Sleep in your car.
Yeah, sleep in the car. A comet is supposed to fly around the same time, right?
I saw that.
The comet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the comet's out right now. The only problem is we have clouds up there. Yeah. I've been trying to get photos of the comet, but yeah, there's a comet flying around somewhere right now. And if you have the right camera stuff, I think you can get a photo of it. But I don't know. I haven't had a good opportunity to go out and look yet. I'm waiting for a nice clear night, which unfortunately we probably won't have one of those for a
past few days. The past few days would have been decent.
Yeah.
Sunsets were amazing recently.
Yeah. I wanted to try to go out yesterday, but I got caught up doing other things. So, I don't know. One of these days I want to try for the comet. But, yeah. Fun times. Fun times. But, yeah. Should we pull up the solar eclipse map and show everyone where we're going to be headed?
Yeah, I have it on.
Yeah, if you're going to be if you planned on booking things for the solar eclipse...
You're too late.
You're too late, because me and my dad booked our room last night, and it was the last room available. This was our, like...
We were so late to the
party. This was, like, our backup.
You kind of deserve that, honestly.
We were very, very late to the party, but this was, like... We had a primary location, had a backup location, and a backup location.
Yep.
And we had to go to our backup location. There was one room left in the hotel we picked out, and it was far too much. But we were like, we're going to bite the bullet, we're going to send it. So we're making our way down there. So, CJ, where are you heading for this event?
I'm heading, I have some cousins up in northeast Dallas. We're going to head to probably south to southeast Dallas, somewhere in this area. That'll be one of the longest points for the eclipse. I think down here, that black spot, I think is the longest.
The peak duration.
Yeah.
Down in Mexico.
I think I have a duration of 4 minutes 7 seconds ish, and you like over here, right? Just
I'm gonna be setting up in western.
You'll have 3 minutes. That's actually a larger difference than I thought.
Yeah, I'm gonna be down here ish, a little bit further south. But yeah, that's our. This is where I'll be setting up for the solar eclipse. We'll have a peak duration around
4 minutes.
3-4 minutes ish. So not peak duration, but still a very long time for a solar eclipse.
What's the peak duration?
It's
4.5.
4.5 minutes, so. But yeah. For a solar eclipse, the totality duration we have for this next one is quite a bit longer than the 2017 one. I believe the 2017 eclipse,
it was way smaller too.
Yeah. I believe the peak duration was like 3 minutes. But yeah.
South Indiana for the
Southern Indiana for the eclipse. Yeah, I'm gonna be heading to Indiana. I'll be in that area. Probably more to the west a little bit, and we might have to make a quick boogie down southwest towards Illinois if we get clouded out. But
just a quick down to Dallas for me.
Yeah, quick run down to Texas.
If there's clouds here, it's gonna be a long night before going all the way. Worst case up to here, I think.
Yeah, me and my dad, we are like, if there's going to be clouds, we're going to have to get up very, very early and we're going to have to get south before the mob of everyone else in Indiana realizes there's clouds, and then we have a horde of like 500,000 people careening down the interstate trying to get to a clear area for totality. But hopefully, fingers crossed that we don't get clouded out.
Let's see. Worst case, it would be a 17-hour drive. Okay.
You can make that happen.
We can do that.
That's doable.
It's worth it.
I'm prepared to sleep in the car for this one.
We have 3 drivers, so.
Yeah, we have 2. I'm prepared to sleep in the car for this event because this is not. I ain't missing it. I'm gonna be stubborn. I ain't missing this one. Just a 17-hour drive, no biggie. Yeah, we're storm chasers. We do it all the time.
Oh boy, we're storm chasers. We drive.
We're storm chasers. We drive 17 hours to see water vapor that sometimes doesn't even happen. But yeah, I'm very excited for the eclipse. I have one of the big Sony zoom lenses that I rented on the way for it, so.
When is it arriving?
I believe it arrives the Wednesday before. So it'll be here Wednesday. I get back Friday night. We can do a last minute check, make sure everything's good. I've checked everything out. Everything should be good with my filters and the lenses.
My filters.
And everything. But yeah.
I'm gonna be taping my filters to my camera.
Yeah. I bought a pack of like magnetic solar filters, so there's the ring that screws onto my lens. The filters just magnetically pop right onto that ring. So that's what I'm going to be rocking with, so I can easily take it on and off.
Ooh. Yeah, because mine weren't magnetic, because I've got the specific size for it. Mm-hmm. But maybe I return those and get the magnetic ones, because either way they won't fit.
Yeah, the magnetic filters, if you're looking at solar eclipse filters, the magnetic filters are more expensive, but if you want to quickly get a lens off during totality, like a lens filter off during totality, you don't have to worry about shaking your camera or anything like that. The magnetic filters are the way to go. So that's why I went with mine. But
tape it on the top and just make a flap and just flip it open, hopefully.
I think if I do, I probably am only going to have the solar filter on that one camera that zoomed in all the way, but if I do put another filter on our camera, it's probably just going to be a piece of solar film that I have draped over that camera or that camera right there. But nothing too high tech. That one.
You get a camera.
Yeah, we have a couple of cameras scattered about. One of them is no longer working, but
that one.
Yeah. But yeah, we have a few cameras scattered about the room today, and we have our little. Do we have 2 windows? We're in the corner.
I'm gonna move this camera because we can get something at least from this one.
Yeah.
Since we're not bothering.
Yeah, the solar eclipse will be a fun thing that I'm very much looking forward to. Yeah. Are we still do we still have our split view?
Yep.
Okay. There's 2 of us.
I'm too lazy.
There's that camera and that camera. But yeah, the solar eclipse will be fun. I'm very excited. Very, very excited.
Yeah.
And I am unfortunately skipping class for it. Something unheard of.
Yes. I am too, so.
Yeah. I don't know. It'll be worth it.
Yep.
If we don't get clouds. Knock on wood. But
isn't that drywall? There we go. Okay.
There. That's wood. So
we're good now.
I'm optimistic. But yeah.
Is there enough likes yet?
Let's see. Are we at the turtle goal?
I'm
at 16.
I am at.
Yeah, if you guys
13.
want, I have my my pet turtle is just kind of chilling out over there. If you guys wanna say hi to the turtle, can be sure to like the stream, and we'll at the very end we'll bring him out to hang out with us.
Let's see what Twitter says.
For a little bit longer. But yeah, we're just kind of, I don't know. I think we've covered all of our talking points, and I think the next hour is just going to be chatting with all you guys. How have your guys' storm seasons been? Let's hear in chat how everyone is feeling about the 2024 storm season. Any plans you guys are excited for, and just fun stuff that you're looking forward to for the year.
Well, for those, here's some BTS of the setup.
Oh yeah, this is what our setup looks like right now, or what it did look like a little bit ago.
Yep.
It's kind of a lot of wires.
Yeah.
Some of them lead to nothing.
That's about how streaming works, honestly.
It's gotten us up and running. But yeah. I'm very excited for the snow tomorrow.
Yeah.
Even though Wisconsin winters are bipolar, and I want us to stay in one season for...
Third winter, woo!
For like 5 minutes. Can we just have one season consistently for 5 minutes, please? But, I don't know. I'm excited. Alex is prepping for the snowstorm coming in. Yep, that's what we're doing too. We're going to be... CJ and I are... After the stream tonight, we're gonna be running. He's gonna run back home, and I'm gonna tear down all this stuff and begin my prep for the.
Your prep's way easier.
Yeah, my prep is gonna be much easier than his.
Charging, okay, we're done. SD cards.
Yeah, I have to plug my camera in and charge it for the night to make sure it's all good to go, and then just double check my stream key.
Yeah.
But yeah, CJ's chase prep is a little bit. Do you want to give them the checklist? Do you have a checklist?
No, I honestly don't have a checklist. I really should.
The pre-flight. Yep.
I'm too scatterbrained to have a checklist, I think.
I mean, if it gets working, it gets working. That's all that matters at the end of the day. Let's see. Excited for 2024. Hoping to start chasing this summer. Oh, yeah. I'm very excited for the summertime.
Trying to build my YouTube channel for live streaming chases. Oh.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
Nice.
2024 summer looks like it from the... I don't know. I'm not a climatologist, so I'm not too involved with the long-range forecasting. But the people who know more about it than I do, like Convective Chronicles or Reed Timmer, I know they did their videos about the 2024 outlook, and both of them have said is that the day two.
Confirmed.
Sorry, really quickly.
Confirmed, guys. We're
Quick
chasing.
side tangent. We have a general thunderstorm risk in Iowa for tomorrow.
Confirmed.
But yeah,
Those wedges.
2024 summer looks like it could be an active year for the Great Lakes region, which is a sentence I never thought I'd say.
That's good. I can spend less gas this summer, hopefully.
But yeah, hopefully we get some good stuff.
Is that what Reed said, or is that what you're predicting?
That's what I've just kind of heard tossed around by the. I know Convective Chronicles in his video, he kind of highlighted the Midwest for potential for elevated severe weather potential in the long ranges with summer and late spring.
And verified so far.
I think Reed Timmer had a slightly above average tornado forecast for the Midwest, which
I'm cool with that.
Both of them, they kind of know their stuff, especially since they have their degrees in meteorology and have been doing this for much longer than
25 years
we've been alive. So I'm optimistic that we're gonna have a good 2024 season. Chase storms in Illinois for the first time. Definitely getting excited to chase other states again. I'm looking forward to me and my dad are gonna try to do our longer storm chasing road trip again this year. So I'm excited for that. Where are we gonna end up?
That's the best part of it. That's the best part.
Well, it'll be somewhere. I mean,
somewhere in the U.S. hopefully.
Yeah, that trip last year took us to some wonky spots in the middle of nowhere.
I probably shouldn't post
but I don't know. It took us to some of the adventures we got were very fun, very fun. I will say my favorite state that we were in throughout that whole trip was South Dakota. South Dakota, that trip has made me. Wisconsin, I think Wisconsin is top of the top for natural beauty. Ignore all the other states out west; they don't count. But in my opinion, Wisconsin's top of the top. Midwest or South Dakota, it's very very close to matching. Although a lot of it is wide open, I kind of like the wide open nature of South Dakota.
Is there grid roads in South Dakota?
Depends where you go, but I believe there is.
As long as you're on the very, very west part.
Yeah, it's like the eastern-ish bit that has the gridded road network.
Yeah.
Because I know the western half of it, I think that's
mountains.
A Native American reservation.
And there's a lot of mountains.
And there's
very,
a lot of mountains out there. And the Badlands. They have the Badlands, too. I've never been to the Badlands, but they have the Badlands. But yeah, South Dakota's very fun. Alex knows a thing or two about South Dakota.
Let's see if they have
But yeah. You pulling something up here?
Does it have anything new?
But yeah, my one of the road marks we saw on our 2023 storm chasing trip was Car Hinge, out in Nebraska. It was Stonehenge, but it was made out of cars.
Oh,
And we're like, oh,
that's
okay.
cool.
We saw a billboard for it on the highway. I was like, oh, I've seen this before on some other Storm Chasers video. And so we stopped there and checked it out for a few minutes. It was very fun. What you looking at?
See if there's anything updating that I can see without
the snow.
Yeah.
Should we take a look at that? Let's take a look at our snow forecast for tomorrow. We're gonna take a quick detour and do a deep dive into our snow forecast. Yeah, I'm gonna switch us over to the rap here because I'm a rap fan. It's my
But it doesn't give us as much snow.
my model of choice. But I don't trust the model snow totals.
Though most of them, besides like the European, show some band somewhere in Wisconsin.
Basically, what we're looking at for our we're gonna have a pretty good snow event here early tomorrow morning across southern Wisconsin. It looks like. Let's see, where's the precipitation type? Down here.
Yep.
There we go. Looks like we're gonna have a pretty good snow event down in Wisconsin, in our neck of the woods tomorrow morning. So I'm gonna be up bright and early. A bright early wake up time for me at 5 a.m. to get things loaded up and get on the road. I think CJ, what time do you think you're gonna be?
If school gets canceled, probably 7 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
So if school isn't canceled, probably 9:15.
Yeah, we will be out bright and early for this
the
the snow here. For me, it's a test of new live streaming stuff because I just got we have a second phone now that has a data plan on it, so I can use that to live stream. So that'll be pretty fun to try out. And I'm gonna get the page for that set up once we're done here tonight. But basically, what we're looking at is somewhere along this warm front, somewhere kind of along this surface though, we're having. Or no, I guess it is a warm front because it's but yeah. Besides that, we're expecting an area of enhanced forcing, which could potentially lead. Well, somewhere set up along here, we're gonna have a heavier band of snow set up either in northern Illinois, somewhere across southern Wisconsin. We're kind of looking at from I-94 southward is kind of somewhere in there. We're gonna have a heavy band of snow set up. And I think for me, that's going to be my target for this event. The only problem is we don't know where, and we're T-minus 12 hours out from the event.
Yeah, of the heavy stuff at least. Actually, wasn't that like 10 probably of the heavy?
Yeah.
You're starting here in like 4 to 6 hours.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to, somewhere down in here in southern Wisconsin tomorrow, we're going to have we could have the potential of some very, very heavy, very, very dense, very, very wet, concrete-like snow that's going to blanket everything. And maybe a decent amount of it. I remember the last storm event we had, it was the heavier wet snow, and you had your the power lines.
Oh,
down
yeah, that was a lot.
If you want to tell them that story, or bring it up here.
I think I was, like, late at night, I was like, there's a lot of power lines on my road down. We just go look around for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized they're down everywhere. You could pretty much hear like sirens nonstop. It felt like a mini war. I feel like very eerie. The roads were snow-pack covered for probably like a few weeks after the fact, because the salt didn't do anything. Yeah. How cold it was and how windy it was too. You can see right here. Mm-hmm. No one was on the roads, thankfully.
Yeah, everyone was like, okay, this was a little bit much. We're staying in for the evening.
Took like a week or two for the fire department and forestry department in town to actually get all the roads cleared and the trees and the power lines picked up.
But yeah, very interesting. I remember you said it looked like a tornado had come through because there were so many trees down and so many power lines just laying everywhere. Yeah. Because the snow was so heavy that it was just pulling things down. Like, and even out on my street too, we had a lot of trees down. Yeah, the cleanup from that storm was a whole other mess. With the tree, I think it's funny. The trees that were down on my road.
Partial roof collapse too.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
In the back.
Yeah, the trees on my road that had come down. What the folks around here did was we picked up the trees and put them in the road, and the snowplow came and took them away.
You lazy. Fair enough.
Which, I mean, it worked. I mean, when the plow drivers, we asked them, like, what should we do with all these tree branches? They're like, just throw them in the road. We'll push them.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Okay.
This was a big one. There was a whole bunch of power lines.
Oh, yeah.
This was a very big one.
Hopefully those were not live. Because live power lines and very wet snow, I think, might be...
I think it was pretty close to this one, but yeah, they were just intertwined in the whole tree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was
Clean out.
a mess around here for quite a while. Have any of you guys ever had a snowstorm where it just snaps all the trees, or was Wisconsin just weird with this one?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I've heard of this happening with like ice storms, but with a snowstorm, I've never heard of anything like that one happening. Where
this wasn't even like the early on where the trees had like leaves on them. Because I think last year we had one that just saw the leaves on it, so there's so much more weight on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm surprised it happened late too. Because by the time we started having issues with the trees, it was late in the evening, and all the snow had tapered off. But a very, very weird.
Yeah.
Weird. Think once before, but not again. Yeah, it doesn't happen super often, so to have it, you really got to have a lot of very...
snow just caked on.
Yeah, a lot of, as you can see there, a lot of very wet snow that just kind of sticks to everything. I think that's been the trend with our snow this year.
Yeah, and like a lot of the road signs are just fully blocked, even like the lit up ones.
I remember the next day, I was coming into... I was going to pick up my sister, and then one of the roads we were on, this road signs were like completely snowed over. And because there was so much snow, I missed it, but apparently one of the road signs was supposed to be a no right turn sign.
Oh.
And I made a right turn, and my sister was like, you're not supposed to make a right turn at that intersection. I was like, how was I supposed to know that? The sign had an inch of snow caked onto it. I couldn't see what the sign said. But, yeah, very... The two winter storms we had at the beginning of January were very, very interesting. Yeah.
It's got Wonderland.
Winter Wonderland. I want winter to go away. I'm tired of winter. I like the.
Though it will rain at least next week. So
yeah.
Well, maybe this week.
Yeah, I was a big fan of a big fan of how mild our winter has been. It's been incredibly warm.
We've only had large storms.
Yeah, the snowstorms we've had 2 snowstorms, and each of the snowstorms we've had were big snowstorms.
And one in October.
Yeah, but they all kind of were out of here quickly, and then above average temperatures filled in. So I was okay with the marginal winter we've been having.
When I lived in Washington State, there was an ice storm that accumulated up to 4 to 6 inches of ice, and then it snowed on top of it.
Ooh, that's a lot of ice. That is infrastructure crippling amounts of ice.
Yeah, even like an inch is like...
That's
all you need to be crippling.
Yeah, I'm sure there's photos out there of like ice accumulation, but if you have an inch of ice like built up on a tree branch, like a power line, it is a lot of weight, because it is a lot of ice.
The video from the Weather Channel, that older one, really shows good at how much ice you need for like sliding and stuff.
Yeah, this is one of some other footage CJ got of another winter storm that we chased earlier on this year. But yeah, lots of traffic impacts with these storms too. I mean, there was one of the snowstorms we were on. We were just kind of out filming the traffic impacts for the nightly news to get our video packages out for the evening. And there was one accident we were going to, but on our way to that accident, another accident happened in front of us, then another accident, and then another accident. So it was just a string of accidents as we were heading to get to just this one. So we ended up picking up 3 of them along the way to that one.
That was one of them.
Yeah, this was one of them here. We kind of quickly went past it, but you can see as we were coming around again. Another problem with getting video of the traffic impacts around here is there's not really a whole lot of good places to pull over and film from. Yeah. Which, like, it can be done, but it can be a bit tricky at times. We have a decent amount of side roads, but not enough. Yeah, very, as mild as this winter has been, the snowstorms we've had they've had some teeth on them. It packed a bit of a punch. I'm trying to read the chat on your side, but
higher altitude made it worse. Lived in Cascade Mountains at the time.
Yep, that'll do it. Getting up there in elevation. Yeah, let's keep this. I'm hoping the snow is out of here quickly, and it looks like it will be out of here quickly. I think a lot of the models have it ending at like, I'm trying to think. I want to say
it was noon to 4, but the very latest was 4.
Mid-afternoon.
Like the heavy stuff was at least ending by like noon.
Like the heavier snow should be out by hopefully mid-afternoon. So hopefully we can have a nice, relaxing evening with not being snowed in.
Yeah.
Even though some of the wherever that heavy band sets up, they're gonna have some problems.
My car can handle it somehow with my 2-wheel sedan.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised mine can handle it. Some of the roads I was on with the last snowstorm, I was like snow plowing because there was at one point where I was kind of perusing the back roads, kind of getting a feel for what they're like, looking to see if there was anyone like stuck in the ditch or whatnot. And I was like, I could like feel like the snow like dragging along the bottom of my car because there was so much of it.
Yeah, I went down one of those roads and I got out and there was a plow waiting for me at the other end. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember once the chase was over, I pulled in my own driveway and there was like a deep groove, like the bottom of my car just dragging against the snow. But yeah, this winter has been as mild as it's been. The snowstorms have
been crazy.
They've been pretty crazy, although they've been few and far between, which I'm okay with. I liked how we had 2 weeks of winter instead of 6 months.
Yeah.
Which was nice, because usually winter likes to overstay its welcome a little bit too much, which not a big fan of.
Do you remember what the predictions were for if it was going to be like a cold winter or not?
I'm pretty sure they predicted it was supposed to be a more mild winter.
Guess,
just because we're in El Nino right now, so that kind of messes with how the jet stream flows and how the storm systems enter the country, and that had us more in play for a drier, warmer winter, which so far that's been the trend. We've had very, very little precipitation, and I think we have. I'm gonna pull up the drought monitor here.
I think we are good in very southeast, but I think central and western Wisconsin.
I know there's drought problems. Let's see if I can spell here. I know there's been some drought problems across other parts of the Midwest.
Close enough.
I really spelled that wrong, but
whatever.
Better than me. Got me to where I need to be. Yeah, I don't know if we can pull this up on the screen for everyone.
Zoom in.
Yeah, this is the current drought monitor, and you can see we're kind of down in southeast Wisconsin is fine, but everywhere else is starting to have some issues with drought impacts.
Iowa.
And out in Iowa. So hopefully these next few storm systems will help out with that. But yeah, definitely some big drought problems. I forgot which department it was, but there was, I think it might have been the DNR had us like at an elevated risk of wildfire hazards.
Minnesota had a lot of them
this year. So
far.
This summer is going to be interesting seeing how the drought progresses. Because I remember last summer
we had a bad one.
A really big drought.
Long time.
From like May to like mid-July mid-July is when we finally had storms kind of coming back through regularly to fix those droughts. But from May to like mid-July we had nothing. It was really, really dry. Yeah, and our problem too with as much as I've enjoyed our mild winter, it does pose that wildfire hazard because usually with all the snow, it packs down all the dry, dead brush. But we haven't had any snow, so all that very dry, dead brush that's kind of left over from last year is just kind of sticking out and just kind of hanging around very, very loose, not as packed down as it needs to be. So it's much, much, much easier for all that to catch fire. So going to be very, very interesting seeing what happens here with the wildfire hazards as we head into spring and summer.
There we go. Weekly on here.
Yeah.
Up here they have watch.
winter storm watches.
Yeah. And I saw up here they have watches too.
Yeah, these are our current alerts. We have a couple winter storm watches for areas way out east and out west a little bit, but nothing in the Midwest yet, winter storm watch-wise. We do have our winter weather advisory.
4 to 6 inches.
So,
with higher months wherever the band sets up.
Yeah, depending on where that band sets up, that's going to be the play.
Another cool thing in here they added was you can see power outages, which is kind of cool.
Ooh. I forgot which. I think if we go to the National Weather Service, they have their map that shows the probability of exceeding winter storm warning conditions.
Exactly where that is. It's right here. Right here. Yeah, we're in the 80 now.
Yeah, I believe this is taken from the National Blend of Models, and it basically just kind of looks and kind of estimates. Oh, I'm down in Illinois now. Oh, no, I'm down in.
You can't scroll with that. It always.
Now I'm down in Alabama. But as I was saying,
like that.
This I believe this looks at the National Blend of Models and kind of looks at the possibility of exceeding winter storm warning conditions. You can see we have a big area up here on this map that has I believe that's greater than 80% chance of exceeding winter storm warning conditions. And down here in southern Wisconsin, we have a little highlighted area for potential lake enhancement. Basically, Lake Michigan is still really, really warm, so it's really, really easy for Lake Michigan to pump a ton of extra moisture into this system, and already we are expected to have that enhanced band set up somewhere in southern Wisconsin. So we could see some areas exceed the criteria for winter storm warnings. So it is possible we see those rolled out at some point as we get into tomorrow morning, but it all depends on what the Weather Service does.
We have a moderate impacts for Milwaukee Metro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so some pretty big, pretty decent travel impacts are expected with tomorrow's snow event too. I think it's mainly just going to be how much snow falls at once, because it's all confined to a very small time frame, but there is the potential for a lot of snow. 4 inches of snow isn't a whole lot, but when you have it confined in such a small time frame, I believe it's from the peak. I think the estimated timing for the heaviest snow is like 10 a.m. to like 3 or 2 p.m. Let's see what it was.
7 a.m. to 1 p.m.
7 a.m. to 1.
It's actually a little bit different.
Yeah. 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. 4 to 6 inches of snow. It's a decent amount, but when you have it confined in such a small time frame.
They have 4 to 9 for us now.
Oh.
Wait. I guess I didn't look at this very closely. Highest chance of 1 inch or more.
Yeah.
Or more. Oh, okay.
So yeah, the Weather Service down here in Milwaukee has highlighted this area down here for greater than snowfall rates of 1 inch per hour or greater. So that's a very significant amount of snow, having an inch of snowfall in 1 hour, and definitely could put some strain on the road clearing crews that could be out and about tomorrow.
So salt will work for this storm.
Yeah,
that'll be a very big factor.
Yeah, they were brining the road yesterday. So I mean, all the roads down here, if you're driving around, you'll see those salt lines, because roads have brine on them. I have a feeling it's not going to be long before they start putting down salt and whatnot, because it's still warm. So all that should work pretty effectively with this snow event coming in. But yeah, it definitely could be a very, very messy afternoon tomorrow.
Off the live stream.
No. But yeah. Winter weather. It's always nice when it shows up uninvited.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure that some people are more winter fans than I am. I know our friend Riley, he made a video with the winter weather forecast, and introed it with a funny bit with his with some skis that hurt me deep down, because using skis on concrete is
I found it so fast.
Yeah, using skis on concrete is a bit not the greatest thing to do. So Riley, this bit was very, very funny, but deep down I was watching those skis scrape across the ground. And I know they're beater skis, but I was watching that and I was like, my soul. my skier soul watching that. But, oh well. It was funny. I thought it was funny. I looked at it and I got a good chuckle out of it. But yeah. Very, very fun. Always very, very fun when winter kind of breaks into your life when you don't want it to break in. I'm more excited for storms. Yeah, I'm wondering how many school closures we're gonna have tomorrow. 'Cause I know some are holding off.
Yeah, mostly because the National Reserve is also waiting until tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a problem with this system too. There's a lot of uncertainty. We aren't totally sure where things are going to be setting up entirely. So it's kind of a last minute type thing.
You got a few.
I mean, there are a couple closings.
Yeah. WCTC in Waukesha. We got a few churches, elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of in Racine, which is, I guess, kind of surprising. If you like. One walking. I'm sure this will grow quite a lot in the next 12 hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but by this time with the other storms we've had, I mean, this list was just full of closures from so many different areas, like all throughout southern Wisconsin. So definitely a very last minute type system with its impacts. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how this evolves. Let's see, what is trying to read your chat.
Today is the first day of spring, no more winter.
Yeah, I wish. Unfortunately, although it is spring, it looks like winter's hanging on. It always likes to hang on more than you want it to.
Oh, yes.
I remember so many years ago, back when I was in elementary school, it'd be spring break, and I'd go on our trip or whatever, and I'd come back and feel like spring. It'd be nice and warm. But it seems like every year winter just holds on longer and longer and longer. So hopefully it cuts that out. Yeah, very fun time. Very, very fun times with winter. I should go skiing behind my car tomorrow.
You could have done the last song.
I could have.
So easily.
Me and my friends had a running joke where if we have a big snowstorm, we're going to get in our cars and we're going to have a big water skiing rope attached to someone's car.
So easy.
Go skiing through the roads on someone's car, like that one Casey Neistat video they did a long time ago. Yeah. But we haven't had the opportunity to do that yet. I mean, we have had the opportunity, but we just didn't go. But it is what it is. That's just how it goes. Or go sledding. Get a sled. I've done that before. When the lake is frozen, get an ATV, some type of four-wheeler, tie her up to that, hold on with a little snow sled. It's a fun time. Don't fall off though, otherwise you're gonna get
That hurt.
It hurts quite a bit. You need to wear your helmets. Yeah, very, very fun times in the winter, even when it won't go away.
Hoping to see a hurricane this year.
Oh yeah, hurricane would be fun. That's on my bucket list.
Yeah,
I've wanted to do hurricane for a very long time, and who knows? If we have a good opportunity, I might boogie on down south.
I will have to follow you.
I'll probably be sleeping in my car.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be prepared to be camping out there for a few days. I've talked to some people about hurricane chasing. Talked to some of my buds, but they're like, pack like it's a camping trip. Because there's a very good chance if it's a big hurricane, you're gonna be stuck where you are for a day or two, just because
gas.
Yeah. Bring extra fuel tanks full of gas. Make sure you have food and water. And a way to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
And make sure you're just being aware of what's going on around you. Because with the hurricanes, although they're fun, they like to
sketchy.
They like to knock things over.
Yeah.
So the roads getting in is the easy part. Getting out is the challenge. Misty says hello. Hello. Thank you for tuning in, Misty. Hello. Welcome to the chat. We're talking about how we want to chase a hurricane, but how it might be a bit of a
Are you going to do it in your car?
A bit tricky. Yeah, I'll do it in my car.
Okay, if you can do it in your car, I think then I'd be able to do it in my car.
Yeah. My car can handle it, but I think it can handle it. Ugh.
Guess so.
I don't know. My concern with hurricane is the saltwater spray, because putting a car next to spraying saltwater, It's like the worst thing you could possibly do for a car.
I guess get a few car washes after.
Yeah, I'd have to run through a couple times.
Back again? Yep.
I bring a hose with me. Hose it down while I'm there. Get all the salt off. We already have enough salt up here. I don't need any more.
Oh, yeah.
Don't need my car rusting away prematurely. But, yeah. Hurricane is on my bucket list. Yeah. Hopefully not sweeping my car away like Reed did with Hurricane Ian.
Okay, well, you kind of set it up for him.
Yeah, I remember a lot of storm chasers had problems with the surge on Ian, where they would like park their cars kind of on lower levels and they'd almost get overtaken. But yeah,
like where'd the car go? Oh, it's down there.
My car is down the road. Oops, I forgot what storm chaser it was. Someone out there has a video. They were live streaming a hurricane. I mean, they weren't in the car, but what happened was the surge came in. And their car was floating away
while they were doing
the live stream was still going. They weren't in the car, thankfully.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, I'm sure you can find that video around somewhere. Although I believe it belongs to some broker company, so maybe not. Maybe we can't pull it up on this stream, unfortunately. Otherwise, we'll have to deal with copyright issues. But if you want to go and find it on your own, it's on YouTube somewhere. So definitely something that if you are chasing hurricanes and want to see something go wrong, you can look into that. But yeah, very. Very silly. That's exactly what I don't want. Having my car float away. But it would make for a good live stream.
Yeah, that would.
As long as it stays connected.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like, I don't think it can do much more because like Starlink's not gonna work in the eye wall. That's for sure.
Yeah.
It'd work perfectly if you get in the eye. I think that'd be my goal. My only goal is to get in the eye.
Yeah. I want to get my dream shot, although this would be a real pain to pull off.
That'd be cool too.
Like the stadium effect, like 360 camera with the stadium effect, or like a super wide angle lens getting a photo of the stadium effect.
Live stream drone in the eye?
That'd be fun. Get it down quickly though.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna get carried away. But yeah, the stadium effect that you get in the big hurricanes is really cool. Yeah, that's one of my bucket list shots. Is they call it like the Stadium of the Gods, whatever. Having a shot like that, getting into the eye would be a challenge, and coming out the other side would be another big challenge, especially with the big hurricanes.
I think you would need to like Google Maps every single parking garage you can find.
Yeah, that's the thing with hurricanes. You just kind of find a parking garage, and you set up camp, because there's a good chance you might be sitting there for
days,
a day, or 2, or 3, or 4. 5 or 6. I don't know. My concern with a hurricane would be maintaining my internet connection because I only have one internet carrier. That's US Cellular.
Partner up for that then.
Yeah, I might have to do I might have to get a Starlink something if I ever wanted to do a hurricane. Because I mean, at least with that, it's satellite. So
then you wouldn't be in a parking garage.
You can put the dish on the roof.
Oh boy.
On the top floor. And hope it doesn't. You can duct tape it to the wall.
Okay, duct tape.
And hope it doesn't blow away. That'd be my strategy. But yeah, hurricane would be a fun one. Very, very fun. Severe weather threat today has been great. I agree. There's been some pretty good storms down in Texas so far today. I've seen one of my friends was out there chasing. He caught a little funnel cloud down in I forgot what part of Texas he was chasing in. But he got a little funnel cloud down there. So
nice.
That was cool. I believe it was a storm near Dallas that they had a couple wall cloud reports and so that funnel cloud come out of it. So I want to pull up the SPC. I want to know what the risk was for today down there. I think it was a marginal.
I think it was only marginal. Yeah.
Yeah, there was the marginal down here. I'm trying to remember what area he was in, but yeah, it's been a surprising little overperformer down there slightly. Yeah, if we pull it up, you can see our big complex of storms down there. Yeah, very, very messy complex of storms, but
let's go up here.
Surprisingly nice little squall line going along. So probably look at that, maybe a little supercell down there with the minor hook appendage.
Yeah.
Some minor velocities. It's nothing crazy, but very, very interesting. I wouldn't mind chasing down there right now.
Hail almost in Houston. Oh,
yeah. Houston Hailer. I'm sure the insurance companies down there are having a great time.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, awesome. A hailstorm in Houston, Texas. That's so nice.
So why did that come
through? Yeah, we're, is this the, National Weather Service? Yeah, this is the Weather Service radar. I was going to say, they have the, terminal radar. Which, oh, I like the terminal radars. They're fun to look at. Yeah, this is one of the storms going through the Houston area right now. Big bow echo.
Dang.
Yeah, probably some pretty good elevated hailer that went through the Houston area.
That one, I don't know. I have to go back more frames.
Yeah, this is the airport radar, the terminal Doppler. These scan a little bit lower and have a slightly higher resolution. They're mainly used at airports to detect wind shear, because wind shear can mess with planes a little bit just because it's more turbulence for them to deal with, which they already have enough of that to worry about. Yeah, there's our hailstorm that we were kind of going through the eastern sides, and there's the current little line of storms that's coming through right now. So yeah, severe weather threat today.
There we go.
Not all that pretty solid for what it is.
The Houston storm was severe warned for a couple hours.
Yeah, I remember before we were starting the stream, we were kind of looking at the radar and we were like, oh, there's a little supercell going through the Houston area right now. So, I mean, we shouldn't be too surprised because there was that severe weather risk down there already, but
yeah,
something you don't see every day, something pretty unique. I want to pull up the meso-analysis and take a look at that, see what type of environment this thing was moving into, or what type of environment these storms were running with. Obviously, it's some marginal risk down south. They're storms close to the Gulf are going to have a lot more moisture, so they're going to be more HP. But yeah, decent amount of fuel that was powering these storms down there. I think that's what, 1,000 cape, 1,500 cape, which is more than enough to support a severe potential, and a little bit of wind shear to get those storms spinning for a supercell potential. So yeah, in terms of a marginal risk, this one's pretty solid. We even have our 0 to 3 kilometer cape bullseye kind of out here. That was the line of storms we were looking at a little bit ago, right?
Yeah, it was these.
Down here, down near San Antonio. Oop. Let's see. Pull that up here. Surprised it was even rained as a marginal, not a slight. Yeah, for the environment it has, yeah, you would think it could potentially, you could see some justification for going on a slight risk. I don't know. I didn't really do a whole lot of forecasting for this event down there today, so I can't really say if I think it should have been a slight or not, because I like to make those calls if I kind of can compare the morning to what's happening. But I don't know. Just kind of looking at what we have right now, I can understand the reasoning for a marginal risk, but I also can understand the reasoning for a slight risk. Yeah, very, very interesting storm complex down here. I feel like the surprise thunderstorm risks have been a trend lately. I mean, we've had our surprise days. We had our surprise
February tornado, the first one.
The February tornado.
Marginal, I think.
Mm-hmm. We had the EF2 that happened with the storms
High
up
end
here.
EF2.
High-end EF2, yeah. Went on I think it was a marginal day.
Yeah.
Up here in Wisconsin, first ever tornadoes in February up here. And I'm trying to think what I've seen. We've had the October days in 2022.
Yeah.
That was a general thunderstorm risk day, and we had 7 tornado reports come through Wisconsin. So that was another surprise one.
Wait, two?
Yeah, February 12th of 2022. Pulling up the old radar data.
February.
Does not go that far back.
Damn.
Or never mind. The radar may not go that far enough back.
Go
but
to March 23.
Yeah. Or we might be able to pull up the NOAA damage assessment toolkit to kind of show off the track maps. Yeah, I think we're gonna get an April 11th this year. April 11th is still a ways away, so it's a little bit hard to tell. Let's see. Let's pull up our NOAA damage assessment toolkit, and we can kind of look through some of the past events that we've experienced. Let's see if it'll get going. Alright, here we are. The NOAA Damage Assessment Toolkit. Should we put in your, the February day?
Yeah.
Let's see. This was the day that CJ caught the first February tornado in Wisconsin. Let's see, I'll set it there, and then I believe it. Let's see. Submit. Is it going to be there? Yep, there it is. Oh, we're in Canada. Let's see. Zoom in a little bit. Oh, there we go. Navigating technology. But if we come up into Wisconsin here, there was a tornado in Illinois that day, and it seemed like that was the popular chase for a lot of the chasers out there. I subscribed. Thank you for subscribing. You should, CJ here, his channel is also doing this live stream, and he does a lot of live storm chaser content. So if you want to see some live storm chasing stuff from him, I definitely go head on over to his channel and give him a subscription too. But yeah, here was the EF2. We can kind of walk through the track here. This was one of the EF2 damage points. You can see it did some pretty good damage to a farmstead out in rural southern Wisconsin. Fortunately, it missed the center of Evansville. But as we, I'm trying to figure out where the 130 marking was. Might have been up here. This tornado was given peak winds of 130 miles an hour for its estimated wind speed.
Yeah.
Here it was. This was the 130 mark where it was peak intensity, at least damage-wise. And you can see the roof damage it did to a home up here.
There was one marker of EF3, but it wasn't enough to rate it as an EF3.
Yeah, it was. I believe this was originally marked as EF3, but they brought it down to an EF2. Yeah, you can see the very significant damage done to this house roof-wise, and you can definitely see how 130 mile per hour winds can do such a thing to that house. Yeah, really.
Was that a horror photo?
Taking a quick photo. But yeah, really big damage to this house down in east of Evansville, Wisconsin. But yeah. I'm surprised there was only... I'm surprised... I mean, for the time... I'm surprised, but I'm also very, very thankful. Because for the time that this storm happened, the time of year it happened, and the time of day it happened...
No one was watching.
And the populated area it went through, thankfully, there was only one injury reported with this tornado. Because people took the warning seriously, even though it happened...
I mean, yeah, it was a PDS tornado for a little bit, so...
Mm-hmm. They had a...
And confirmed.
Yeah, so...
That also helped a lot.
That did very much help, so the weather service could say, we are tracking a tornado on the ground, so people were much more likely to take the warning seriously than if they were just, say, radar-indicated rotation, which doesn't always mean a tornado is happening, which you should take those warnings seriously anyway, because they can touch down with, even in questionable environments where the ingredients may not seem great on paper, which is exactly what this storm, that type of environment this storm was in, and it produced a significant long-track EF2. I'm trying to think where you were on this day. You were a little bit... You picked up the storm kind of down here, right?
Yeah.
You were on the EF1, if you want to tell that story.
I actually had like a damage and everything. So yeah, oh boy, I did the thing. I can use these. So we were, we were coming up. We were getting there right on time in a way. I think, yeah, there was the main circulation over here to the west, and then a new circulation to the east, which then would come and produce these tornadoes. Started forming. I think we sat in Judah for a little bit, and then I think we were like right around here, and we passed the tornado damaged area that I think had a little bit of damage to this sheep shed.
I remember in your video you passed that like right before the tornado came through too.
I think they updated it according to my video, but yeah, I think it was within potentially within a minute. I think I passed.
Mm-hmm.
Then we went around, went to Monroe, and we got into this road, and we snaked, basically following this first one. Then hail really screwed us over, and we saw some of the damage from the Evansville tornado.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very, very, very busy day. I was trying to figure out where I was. I was a little bit... I didn't pick up the storm till it was done producing tornadoes. I was out chasing with my friend Asa, and we were set up somewhere around here, out in here-ish, kind of watching the storm structure as the storm... It was supercellular, but it became outflow dominant, so instead of having the big mothership type feature that you often have with supercells, we had more of a shelf cloud, so we were watching that as the storm kind of came up to our north, and then we kind of came in behind it. There was a lot of hail, too. I mean,
yeah,
it was mostly built up on the lingering snow drifts, but there was some of the spots we stopped at had like an inch of hail just built up on the side of the road.
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where was did they get any shots with the hail? I think so, not on this one. But yeah, some of the roads were fully covered, so it was very slick.
Yeah, it was really slippery for what it was. It was like driving on little marbles.
Yeah.
But yeah. Very, very interesting chase. I want to show off the October 2022 surprise tornado day. This was a general thunderstorm risk day that I was out chasing. CJ got it in his classroom. But yeah, it was a very, very unique setup, severe weather-wise. This occurred general thunderstorm risk day here in southern Wisconsin, and we had 7 tornado reports come in. Basically what happened was we had a big line of storms, a line of thunderstorms kind of making its way eastward across Wisconsin, and it encountered a region where there was a lot of low-level wind shear available for this storm to really latch onto and take advantage of. And because of how low the storm bases were, the circulations did not have to travel far to reach the ground.
Okay,
so
video of one of them.
Yeah. Those circulations didn't have to travel far to reach the ground, so we had lots of very brief spin-ups, but a decent amount of them that just they would form, they'd be on the ground for maybe a minute, maybe 2, and then they'd dissipate. Yeah, this was one of the angles here of that, one of those EF0 tornadoes as it made its way across. But yeah, very, very interesting day. One of the weirder chase days I've ever had.
Yeah.
But a unique experience. Yeah, it was kind of caught everyone off guard. Kind of last minute, like, oh, we have
wall cloud in downtown Milwaukee.
Wall cloud in downtown Milwaukee, and we've had several tornadoes just kind of marching their way across. How about the Kansas City tornado a couple weeks ago? That storm, looking at that storm on radar, that thing was a beast. Yeah. The storm in Kansas. I know our friends Ryan was on it, Alex and Freddie were on it, Connor was on it too. Some of our buds, they were down there live streaming it. But yeah,
what was that?
I think that was last Thursday? Or no, last Wednesday maybe? Let's see. I think it was the 6th of March.
6th of March?
I think. Or was it in February? I don't know, I'm scatterbrained right now.
Yeah.
Might have been the 6th of March.
Oh, that might help. We have the right month.
Let's see. We're going to try to see if we can pull up the radar data. Yeah, looking at it on radar, was really me and one of my friends were watching the live stream and also had the radar data pulled up. It was crazy to see how fast that hook of that storm filled in with rain too. Originally it was our supercell with a little ball kind of to the southwest, which is kind of what you expect to see, and then that hook really, really quickly filled in with really high reflectivity values as all that rain came down and just wrapped around the tornado really, really fast. So yeah, a very unique storm setup down there. Let's see, can we find it? We're gonna see if we can pull up the old radar data from that event.
These
if it'll
histories
load.
are always so glitchy on all these apps.
Yeah, it can be a little iffy sometimes.
7 a.m.
Unless we have it on the wrong day.
3-6. I don't think it's 2-6.
Oh, around there.
What day was it, people? Tell us.
If you know what day it was, let us know so we can pull up the old radar data and kind of take a deep dive into it really quickly before we sign off here. But yeah, I'm gonna see if I can pull it up here.
Yeah.
See if I can find the date. Let's see. Let's see.
When was the day with the Ohio? Oh, yeah, Ohio, because it was the day before that.
Let's see. Try March 14th, maybe?
March 14th.
Or maybe March 13th?
That looks like
Let's
right,
see.
because there's way more scans.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get this radar pulled up here. Give it a sec. It'll load one day.
One day.
One of these days. Yeah, and I think this is gonna unfortunately have to be our last little bit before we log off, because I gotta start packing up my stuff for tomorrow. I know you gotta get back and get ready to get your car all set up for tomorrow's chase too. Yeah, we'll be live tomorrow morning again, tracking down a snowstorm coming through Wisconsin tomorrow. So if you want to see some snow coverage, CJ will be on it, I'll be on it, so you can subscribe to my channel, head on over to CJ's channel, subscribe to him, and we'll be back out and about tomorrow. Yep, this was our day. Yeah, I'm gonna hijack it here. But yeah, this was that Kansas tornado that happened a little bit ago, and something that really I think is really crazy. At this point, our tornado is happening. The hook is obviously there, but the reflectivity values were not super strong. However, if we just step forward one frame, like you can see our hook kind of started off as a little ball with a tornado in it, and then it really quickly filled in as a big HP hail-filled supercell that some of our good friends got really, really good video of.
And really close.
Yeah, they got really close to it. So if you head over, Ryan's, I'm trying to think how to pronounce his last name, Ryan Scholl, Freddie McKinney, Alex, he was just in chat a little bit ago, Alex Russell, Connor Croft, or some of our friends, they were on that storm. So if you head on over to their channels, they were on it, live streaming it, and they got some really good footage. That's really, really, really worth the watch. But yeah, I think with that, it might be time for us to end things here, because our plan was to go until 9 o'clock so we can get ready to pack up for our storm chase tomorrow morning, with some snowstorms working their way through the region.
Do you have an ending screen?
I don't have an ending screen. I just kind of hit the end button.
Fair enough.
But yeah, to thank you everyone so much for watching this second episode of the Cloudy Convos, doing it IRL this time with a a very, very big setup, but I think that made it much, much more fun, much, much more engaging, and definitely well worth the added setup time. But yeah, I'm gonna be let me see if I can pull up the page here. So never mind, I'll have to walk over there and do it. But yeah, thank you all, everyone, so much for watching. It was a very, very fun evening of chatting, hanging out, looking at old storms. But with that, I think it's going to be time for us to start signing off. So, CJ, I'm going to have to sneak around here so I can reach my computer because it's not coming up on my phone. But we'll be reading some final messages in chat as we're getting ready to sign off. Let's see. Let me pull up my live streaming page here. Alrighty. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in. It was a great evening, lots of fun, but it is unfortunately time for us all to part ways. So if you want to see some snowstorm coverage, CJ and I will be live tomorrow morning.
Yes, we will.
But this was a very fun evening and a fun test of some new stuff. So thank you all. I have to hop over to my computer here and do it. I was going to do it on my phone, but it wasn't working. But once again, thank you all so much for watching. We'll be back again live tomorrow morning for some more fun. This is our camera that stopped working on us for whatever reason. But yeah, we'll be live again tomorrow morning, so I'll have that page set up as soon as this is done. But thank you all so much for watching, and we'll be back again soon with some more fun live storm content for you guys.
Bye-bye. I ended on my stream too, actually.
Alright.
We'll be live. Exclusive content on my stream, by the way, guys. Wait, did I do it? Oh, I just did it.
Alright. All good.